Hello everyone, this is Ghetto Mozart. We're playing some Schedule 1 today, and this is going to be the Docks Cocoa build. Nothing crazy, just solid and efficient setups. So this is just a continuation of the series, where I'm just remaking a lot of my builds. I haven't done that in a while. So yeah, this is Docks Cocoa build. I have a material list up here. I actually think it's incorrect, so let's change this real quick. But you'll need 24 pots. Now you can use the moisture pots or the air pots. No real big difference. Now there's been a lot of testing and stuff there is a little bit of difference, but yes, either pots. Of course, the suspension racks and the lights, as well as the pots. 24 drying racks, 4 cauldrons, 4 lab ovens, 1 brick press, and then I didn't really put on the list, but of course you're gonna need 10 lockers. And I have 3 jukeboxes, of course. My favorite item, jukeboxes. So yeah, let's get right into it. I did set up a little bit of this already, just to save some time. I'm gonna try to keep this under 15 minutes. I don't know if we'll be able to. So again, 24 pots and 24 racks. So we have 6 botanists, 2 chemists, and 2 handlers. So some quick math here. I've already got them set up, but all our botanists, they're going to have one of each. I'm sorry, they're going to have all of one. So this botanist has all drying racks. This botanist has all drying racks. This one also has all drying racks, and the other 3 have all the pots. So it doesn't really matter. You can set them up as half and half if you want. It doesn't really matter. The most important thing is how you set up these pots. So yeah, I've already set up and assigned all the air pots to all the botanists, so go ahead and do that. Just trying to save some time here. And then our supply rack right here. This is going to be our supply rack for everything. So we can go ahead and take a look at that. But first, like I said, the most important thing is having these air pots set up right. It's really the destination. So for every single one of these pots, again, if you hover your clipboard, you can manage several of these pots at once. But if we check any one of these, we can see that the destination, they're all going back to the supply shelf. Now, that's on purpose. So go ahead and set all 24 pots back to the supply shelf, and I'll show you how I have this set up. So pretty simple. If you've never used item filtering, don't get intimidated, don't leave. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. So the top 2 slots here, just click this little white triangle funnel thing. You're going to want cocoa seed, right? You can just find that on the list. You can type it in up here too. And then next 2 slots, soil. Now, you don't have to put all 3 soils here. I did just in case I want to change it, or whatever soil you're using. You could just put whatever soil. I put all 3. And then this is the most important thing. Cocoa leaves on all 4 of the bottom slots. Alright, now that's the reason we have these air pots going to the supply rack. Once this plant is fully grown in this air pot, all the leaves will go to this supply rack, allowing for our botanists that only have drying racks. They'll go back to the supply rack and grab a full stack of 20 cocoa leaves and put it on their drying rack. So that's the only thing that the botanists with drying racks are going to do. They're going to take the 20 stack from the supply shelf from the other botanists and put it on the drying rack. So I hope that explanation helps you out a little bit. This just saves us some routes here. You can of course direct these air pots straight to the drying racks, but this saves us some routes, and it makes sure that our drying racks have nice even 20 stacks of cocoa leaves drying at a time. So, moving on, our cauldrons are back here. So let's go ahead and after our botanists take them to the drying racks, we're gonna have the drying racks go directly to the cauldrons. So we have 4 cauldrons. That means that 6 drying racks per cauldron, right? And I'm gonna make the target quality heavenly. There's no customers that require this now, but yes, I definitely want to make it heavenly. Just because we can, right? Why not? So that was the first 6. Let's get the next 6. 4, 5, 6. And let's go to the second cauldron. So again, this is going to be 6 drying racks per cauldron. And let's get the next 6. Let me do this one. I think that's how I did the last side. And we'll go to this cauldron. It's kind of odd. I don't know if you noticed, but I had to click the destination twice on all of these. It said mixed after I clicked it once, and then I had to click it again for cauldron. So just be aware of that. We will be finding small bugs, you know, throughout the Schedule 1 gameplay. There's an early game. But yeah, heavenly quality and... Oops. There we go. Cauldron. Okay, cool. So yeah, 6 drying racks per 1 cauldron. And then while we're back here, we can just go ahead and set these up. It's going to be 1 cauldron to 1 lab oven. So we'll do that really quick. It's a pretty simple step. Lab oven and lab oven. And I guess while we're at it, we can manage all of these lab ovens, not the brick press. Again, I'm just hovering my clipboard and left clicking all of these stations. You can manage several at once. I have noticed that it's unselecting some of my lab ovens though. But that's okay. That's good. Manage all at once. Destination. We're gonna have the destination go directly to the brick press. Now, we could, you see I have a shelf right here. I was debating this. We could put a shelf here, have all the lab ovens go to the shelf, and then to the brick press. But just to keep it simple, we're just gonna have this go directly to the brick press. The reason I was thinking about a rack, I figure I'd just explain this real quick. We have 4 lab ovens, so technically if they all 4 get done at the same time, there's gonna be some backup, right? Because there's only 2 inventory slots and 1 output slot. So the most that this could hold, this brick press, is just 2 lab ovens. But the brick press works pretty fast, and I'm not too worried about that little pinch in production there. The last station I think we have to set up is this brick press, and I do like to use safes as my final destination point. So this is where all our bricks of just unmixed regular coke will be. Okay, so we're moving right along. Let's go ahead and set up our chemists. Oh, it looks like I maybe started this, but we're gonna do it again. Yes. Each chemist is going to have 4 one chemist is going to have 4 lab ovens, 1 chemist is going to have 4 cauldrons. Richard can be our cauldron guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, here's some gasoline, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me take some of this here. And just thinking ahead here, I'm gonna make a delivery. So this is how we're gonna automate it. I guess I can go into the automation part now. As you can see, I've already ordered these deliveries. Excuse me. Cocoa seeds from Salvador. Of gasoline for the cauldrons back there. That's from Oscar. And then we're gonna do one more delivery here of soil. Ooh, huge lag there. There we go. So soil, we'll just use extra long life soil. And we're gonna do 80. You can order as much as you want. Doesn't really matter, because we're gonna be taking this to the second loading dock. So the seeds are on the first loading dock, soil on the second, and gasoline lasts so long, we'll probably just unload this directly to the cauldrons. And speaking of, we'll go ahead and filter those, just thinking out loud here. And this extra gasoline, we'll just put in our storage up here. And this is way too intense to build to. Alright, there we go. All the extra stuff out of our inventory. And one of the last things we have to do is set up our handlers. So let's go ahead and do that. Jesse Jones here is going to be our unloader. So loading dock 1, loading dock 2, right? One of each. One from to the large storage rack. Now this rack is our supply rack, right? And then from our other loading dock, we're actually going to have 4. 4 from routes, all directly going to the cauldrons. Now we have to do one little step here, and that is filter these cauldrons to only take gasoline. Now remember, the reason we have to do that is because we are using the second delivery, or second loading dock for seeds. So I don't think that anything else can go in here except for gasoline, but just in case, we need to make sure the soil does not end up in here. So yeah, gasoline on this one, and this looks like it's locked out. Yep. Alright. Cool. Gasoline filtered on all the cauldrons. Now let me set time so it doesn't start getting dark on us. And that's all the routes that Jesse's going to have, right? He's going to be pretty busy filling up all these racks and stuff. But let's go to Pamela. And Pamela, let me see here. Pamela's going to definitely have the brick press. So whoever has the brick press, I would like that handler to have less routes, if that makes sense. So Pamela, you will have the brick press. And again, the brick press does have its own destination, so we don't need a route for that. All we have to do is select the brick press destination and assign it to a handler. So I don't think we'll need any more. Let me double check this. I don't think we'll need any more routes. We have the gasoline going there. We have all the supplies going. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Pamela actually help unload. All right. So brick press. Yes, this will be her like main, quote unquote, main thing I want her doing. But she can also help unload, right? So all we're going to do is have loading dock 1 and loading dock 2 here. And she will be our only unloader for soil, right? Oh, and I hear some overlapping music here. I would love if these were separate sounds, the jukebox and the music that comes in naturally. I always find myself having to stop my jukebox. But no complaints. I'll take the music any way I can get. This music's awesome. Shout out K-Soul. Yeah. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, handlers. So I'm gonna leave these routes as is. Pamela here will be our brick press operator and be the only one unloading soil for us. And that should be coming now. Let's see if Pamela's paid. Pamela's not paid. Let's pay everybody. Let's pay everybody here. And they will start working. I'm pretty sure we're about done. I think I want to cover a few more little things, little details, but yeah, overall this is done. All you got to do is pay these employees and order deliveries, and all you should have to do is come pick up the bricks. Yeah, there goes Pamela, and she is going to unload this soil for us. And then that should trigger all of our botanists to start growing. Alright, this is kind of the last thing I wanted to go over. Now, you don't have to do any of this, but I'd like to. This will work as is. Up until now, this will just work. You can see that all the trash that these botanists have made. But what I've done is, maybe you've noticed, all these drying racks are completely full, right? All of them, on both sides. In addition to, we already have a lot of cocoa leaves in the cauldron. So what I've done is, for about 3 or 4 in-game days, I've just kind of AFK'd. I did help them harvest the plants and stuff and put them on the rack, but I just let this entire facility fill up. Now, reason being, okay, there's Joseph. I think I paid both of these, but yeah, reason being is now this is just going to absolutely pump with no real downtime for any employees. Now, like I said, it worked just fine as it was, but letting this fill up, yeah, you're at max production now if you let this fill up for 3 or 4 in-game days. Now, you notice I just paid the chemists as I came back in. So what I do is pay everybody except for the chemists for 3 or 4 days, let this build up, and then everyone is just, yeah, we're cooking. We are cooking, to say the least. But yeah, that's it for this build. Hopefully this helped you out. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.